One's ready. One's ready. Go! 1, 2, 2.
Grind every day, yeah, we aim for the stars. Feet on the ground, but our heads are on Mars. Visions of glory, sweat on our skin. We craft our story, determined to win. We the titans, with hearts untamed. We face the giants in this battling game. Our dreams are loud, echoes of them remain. We stand as one, heading for the Hall of Fame. We chase the lights till the final whistle. Believe it when we say we never settle. We chase the lights till the final whistle. Believe it when we say we never settle. We did it, we did it, we did it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the One's Ready podcast. You're in the team room and this is your daily drop for the 11th of February. And we're going to kick things off with the Army today, as we do usually anyway. Let's see. Leasing land for data centers. The Army plans to lease land on 4 installations for commercial data centers as part of expanding AI infrastructure. This supports national technology goals and enhances military capabilities. Companies from various sectors can participate in the development. I'll tell you what, right now, the Army is not the only ones doing this. The Air Force is also doing this because I'll just use Nellis as an example, and I'm not saying that Nellis is going to do it, but I know that they've talked about it, so I'm not the decision authority or do I have inside baseball into it. But what I do know is that Nellis has a whole bunch of solar panels, like solar panel farms on it. And the lease for that is coming up. And it turns out that the solar fields out there don't actually produce that much energy, especially because they're fairly old. They're not as efficient as the newer solar panels. So that lease is running up and they're trying to figure out what to do with it. And one of the potential solutions is an AI data center, which the Nellis would make money from, because they essentially lease the land and all that kind of stuff. So that is an option. Army's not the only ones doing it. The Air Force is also doing it. And so, yeah, whatever, it's a revenue stream. AI isn't going anywhere. It's only growing and expanding. Now, if you are wanting to put solar panels up, instead of putting them on, open land and stuff like that, or taking up farmland to put solar panels or something, why don't we cover parking lots with solar panels? There's plenty of parking lots that people would love to have their cars covered out of the sun and then also producing energy. But again, I am just an idiot with a microphone and a camera and a freaking Air Force nerd. So what do I know? All right, next, soldier life sentence for murder. A soldier at Fort Leonard Wood received life imprisonment for murdering a sergeant based on evidence including search history and a bullet in a banana. We talked about this last week. I guess this dude, if I'm remembering correctly, he killed a female sergeant or female NCO rather in the Army that he was actually with her like the night before or maybe 30 minutes prior to the suspected murder, put her in a trash bag, put her body out by a dumpster, and he hid the bullet in a banana in his room. And that's actually how they ended up matching the bullet and all that kind of stuff. So if I remember right, that's kind of how that happened, but we did cover it last week, I think. So pretty sad story, but I'm glad that they got his ass. All right, next, drone training initiatives. The Army opened a class at Fort Benning to train leaders on using drones and robots in combat. Separate efforts focus on integrating small drones into tank formations for tactical advantages, and these programs build proficiency in modern warfare. Now, along with this, I don't know if you guys saw this, I think Keegan Dunlap released it. At least I'm sure he's not the only one that released it or the first one, but because it's been on a bunch of text chains that I'm on. But the airspace in El Paso, on a no notice, closed down the airfield. I say no notice. There was like a 12-hour notification. Closed down the airfield out in El Paso to all incoming traffic, and not just the airfield, but the airspace surrounding it. I'm not sure what kind of diameter that is at. I don't know, probably 10 nautical miles or something like that. But they have closed down, and it'll be closed down for 10 days, assuming it'll be open after 10 days. And that is affecting all flights. Now, there's a lot of speculation going on because no official reports have been seen, right? But there's been talks of, Chinese air balloon again. There's been talk about unidentified drones. And when I say unidentified, I mean what the source or who is flying those drones. I've also heard that the cartel drones. So there's a lot of speculation going on with it. I'm sure that there will be more to follow once more information comes out. But I'm not in the speculation or the conspiracy game, so you can take that information and do with it what you will. All right, next, Bumblebee drone deal. The Army secured a $5.2 million deal for the Bumblebee drone bashing system to counter battlefield drone threats. This enhances soldier protection through the advanced countermeasures Buzz surrounds its potential impact on future operations. All right. If I remember, because sometimes I forget, but if I remember, I will try and find a Bumblebee drone bashing system and use that as the thumbnail on YouTube. Yeah. Operations curtailment in Hawaii. Army garrison Hawaii canceled non-essential activities due to a storm causing winds and flooding. This ensured safety during the adverse weather. Essential operations continued without interruption. I haven't heard otherwise, so it sounds like they're good to go. No injuries or anything like that or fatalities. All right, next, with the Navy. Surface Warfare Officers of the Year. The Navy recognized top surface warfare officers from each coast with awards. This honors excellence in leadership and operations, and recipients represented a commitment to naval standards. That is definitely written by somebody who is, I don't know where I was going with that, but definitely written by somebody in public affairs. All right, next, female uniform update. Female sailors can purchase the new dress overblouse at select locations and online. Okay, cool, great. I'm not going to continue on reading that. AI vision for Golden Fleet. The Navy's chief naval officer emphasized artificial intelligence in enabling advanced manned and unmanned platforms. This supports a high-tech fleet strategy, and integration aims to enhance operational effectiveness. Robotic forces management. The Navy considers new ways to command unmanned swarms, or drone swarms, if you guys aren't tracking what they mean by swarms, across surface, subsurface, and aerial domains. Investments drive this evolution, and they are going to focus on a fleet-wide implementation. Now, actually, let me correct what I just said, or it's a little bit nuanced. Is a swarm manned or unmanned? A swarm can actually be both, but in this case, they are talking about unmanned swarms, and that's whether it's air, surface, or subsurface, because we have drones, if you're going to keep using that term, or if I'm going to keep using that term, which is not actually correct, but whatever, that's what everybody uses. We have drones that fly, hang out on the surface, or move on the surface, and go subsurface in the water. Pretty cool stuff. All right, on to the Marine Corps. Financial audit success. The Marine Corps passed its third clean financial audit, the only service to achieve this milestone. Shocking. Officials explore AI and automation to streamline future audits. This demonstrates fiscal responsibility by the Marine Corps. Well done, guys. That is not an easy task to do. Obviously, since you're the only service that has managed to freaking do it. All right, next. Okinawa presence recommended. Experts urge retaining Marines on Okinawa to counter China threats, reversing relocation to Guam. This strengthens regional deterrence. The think tank report influences policy discussions. So I haven't heard details about this, but my guess is the Japanese have been hoping to boot at least Marines, maybe all U.S. forces, but definitely Marines off of the island of Okinawa because, well, let's face it, the Marines don't have the best track record when it comes to discipline and doing things that they're not supposed to off base. And part of that is by design, right? Like, I want my Marines pissed off. I want my Marines aggressive. I want my Marines fucking ready to destroy shit. But I want them to do that in combat, not in garrison in another country. So, but also valid threats from China and that kind of stuff. And maybe they're rethinking the relocation, which is probably a good thing. All right. Before we get into the Air Force, you guys, we are closing down the Operator Training Summit for University of Alabama. It shuts on 20 February because we got to put in the orders for the shirts and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to miss this. OperatorTrainingSummit.com. Secure your spot for the University of Alabama. You don't want to miss this. We are going to be using the facilities at the University of Alabama. The football teams, members from the football team are going to come out and they're going to work out with us, right? This is going to be an event that you don't want to miss. Invest in yourself and take the dive. Come and join us. All right, Air Force. Borderland supervision expansion. Nearly 200 miles of the U.S.-Mexico border placed under Air Force supervision for enhanced enforcement. This enables military force use amid declining crossings. Experts question the necessity given the judicial outcomes. Okay, cool. F-35A movement to the Middle East. Vermont Air National Guard F-35A fighters move closer to the Middle East deployment. This supports U.S. buildup in Central Command area and prepares for a potential Iran conflict. Special Air Warfare Symposium. The Air Force hosts the Special Air Warfare Symposium in Florida. This gathers Special Operations Force aviation leaders for readiness discussions. An event fosters innovation and collaboration. Okay, cool, man. I wonder if you guys are inviting any ground dudes for that, or is it just, aviation dudes? So, nothing for space and nothing for Coast Guards, actually. That's weird. All right, next for the Secretary of War. EOD warnings on AI systems. The military's top explosive ordnance disposal authority warned technicians against uploading sensitive data to generative AI platforms. This includes Pentagon-approved and commercial tools. Measure protects classified information. Yeah, because here's what happens with that is you have what's called CUI or CUI, right? And that's essentially unclassified information. It's the old FOUO for official use only kind of stuff. But if you compile enough of that CUI information together, a lot of times, in the aggregate, when you add it all together, it then becomes classified, or maybe not classified, but sensitive, and could be an operational security violation and that kind of stuff. So as awesome as AI is, you do need to be careful about what you're uploading to, because once you upload it, at least on the systems that we have, you no longer own it. Whereas I think there is, I thought I heard of another AI tool out there that does everything locally on your computer. So no information or data actually leaves your computer. It's all done on your computer. But I don't know how accurate that is, so I could be wrong. All right, next. This is for the President of the United States. The President troops to Nigeria. The president approves sending 200 troops to Nigeria for training against Islamic militants. This follows accusations of government failures in protection. Deployment aids, counterterrorism efforts. Yeah, guess what, guys? We always have folks and troops, or whatever you want to call them, on the continent of Africa. We got them all over the place. All right, next. Chinese carrier fighter missile. Chinese carrier-based fighters equipped with new supersonic anti-ship missiles capable of striking over 1,000 kilometers. This advances naval capabilities, and reports highlighted potential threat implications. You don't say a Chinese carrier that has fighters on it and that also has supersonic anti-ship missiles that can go 1,000 kilometers. Yeah, I'd say that's a threat, potential threat, maybe. Well, what do I know? All right, next, Russian jets in Algeria. Algeria received Russian Su-57 stealth fighters, confirmed by local footage. This marks the first export of fifth-generation jets delivered, and it enhances North African air power. What does Algeria need with fifth-gen fighters? Just curious. Any experts in Algeria out there care to comment on that? I don't know why they would need fifth-gen fighters, whether they're American or Russian. But, all right, next, Korean helicopter crash. 2 South Korean Army pilots died in an AH-1S Cobra crash northeast of Seoul. The incident is under investigation by the Ministry of National Defense. Next. Oh, and this is the last one. Mexican cartel ammo tracing. Seized cartel ammunition traced to U.S. Army plant in Missouri. You gotta be shitting me. Nearly half of the 50 cal rounds from Kansas City facility. Obviously raises concerns over arms trafficking. Come on, guys. What are we doing, man? All right. We appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to head over to onesready.com, pick yourself up a piece of merch, and then check us out over on operatortrainingsummit.com. Get registered for the University of Alabama, and we will see you later. See you!